Okay, good morning to all of you. Now I think I'm audible and visible, right? Okay, so just to start on with the session before we go ahead. Yes, good morning. So, okay. So let me start on with JavaScript today. That was like a huge demand from your batch, and that's where I'm taking it up from here. Okay. So when I talk about JavaScript, JavaScript is something which is like when you have to talk with the client as well as server side. Okay. Like if you really have to talk or if you really have to, communicate with the scripts, right? What you will do is you will have to make sure or JavaScript is the one which works on both the sides. That is client side and server side. So client side is who? We are the ones who are on the client side. And here on the file side is the server side. Right? Now, what we are going to do in today's class is we will understand that how JavaScript handles HTML or how HTML events are being handled by scripts. Okay, now the question comes into the picture that what is an event? If I really talk about the first and the foremost thing which we will be talking about over here is what is an event? Okay, so I'll just stop sharing my screen and I would like to explain this to you with a better, functionality or better description. See, if suppose I ask you, Ram Prasant or Hari Kartik or Lakshmi, that if there's an event which happens in your life, any action which happens, for example, if I talk about if I switch on the light, then what is happening? The light, when you switch on the button, the light is opening, or maybe the fan is on. If you switch off the button or you press the button, then the light is off or the fan is off. Okay. Suppose in your real life, if you go out and it starts raining, then what will happen? It will be like you will wear gumboots or maybe you will wear raincoats and so and so. Right? Suppose if you fall down, you will get hurt. That means all these events which are happening around, all these, actions which are taking place, these are known as events, actions, condition. Why condition? If it is summers, we will be drinking cold water. If it is winters, we will be wearing woolen clothes. So condition. Exactly similar we have in the browser. I mean, when we are talking in the terms of internet, then that time these events are called as on click, on mouse button, on mouse over. That means till now I was talking to you in terms of real life events. But same events if they start happening on the computer. Okay, so that is what events talk about. Now I'm sharing the screen with you all. See, when I talk about HTML events, these are actually the interaction with the HTML, which is handled through the events that occur when the user or the browser manipulates a page. So what all changes will be there? On change, on click, on mouse over, on mouse out. So these are what? These are the events which are happening on the browser over the internet. And all these are called HTML events. Event means an action. something happened. Condition. Okay, let us try to understand it using a very simple example, that how this happens. Okay, so I hope you all must be working on the Visual Studio Code. We'll open this and we will start with our first example. Okay, so let me go here. I will create a new file and here I'm going to write, say, cluster4.html, and I'm going to save it in my folder. Okay, now what will I do? The very basic thing which I will start off with, this is HTML, this is my head, and this is body. Now, what I will do is I am going to write, say, one small paragraph. I will say, okay, welcome to my session. Less my session. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to create a small JavaScript. So when you have to create or when you have to write JavaScript, you write with the tag which is known as script. You write JavaScript in a tag which is known as script, open tag, close tag. Now, whenever you are writing Java, we actually make a function. Okay. What do you mean by a function? Like small set of programs which you have to do it repeatedly or which you have to keep on doing. So that's where the function is. So first you will write the name of the function. I mean function and the name of the function. So for example, show alert parenthesis, post which you will open curly bracket. And here you will see, or here you will show one alert and the name is clicked. The name is clicked. Please make sure you are putting a semicolon. Why? Because semicolon is a sentence terminator. What do you mean by sentence terminator? Sentence terminator means that when you have to put a full stop, like in English language, when the sentence ends, it is called a full stop. So similarly in JavaScript, JavaScript is the language of curly brackets and semicolon. Okay, now you have created this function, but you will have to link it with HTML. Where is your HTML? So what I will do is I'm going to create a small input type, which is like, okay, I will say button. Okay. And in this button, I'm going to put a value, which is like registration. Or if you want to just write submit button, let's just make it simple. Okay. So I will write here, it's a submit button, Control S. I will go here, refresh the page and my submit button is here. Okay. Now what I want is I want that this button, I mean, there should be some communication between your JavaScript and HTML. They are not connected. This is HTML. This is your JavaScript. We have to connect both of them. So how will you connect? You will connect using on click. On click is what? It's an action. It is an event. That means you are saying, like, when you click on this button, okay, that means when you will click on this button, then something will happen. So you have created an event on click. On click of this particular button, what will happen? We will call this function. We will call this function, okay? Why are we calling the function? Because function has two parts to do. One, we create a function, which we already did. Once the function is created, you can call it in your program as many times as you want. So I am going to call this function over here. That's what I will do here. So I will say, okay, show alert, bracket open and closed. Okay, Control S. Now, what will happen? This is your HTML. This is your JavaScript. You have made a handshake between the two using an event. That is why I was telling you, JavaScript is how to handle events using script. To create the event, to handle the event. So this is an event in the browser's life. What is the life? That as soon as the user clicks on the button, then an alert will be shown. Let us see how it looks. Let us see how it looks. I will go here, refresh the page, submit. Can you see? Clicked. It shows a dialog box wherein it's showing. That means your page has become dynamic. It has started interacting with you. And that is what JavaScript is all about. JavaScript enhances your web pages, makes them dynamic. You can talk with your web page using JavaScript. Click on OK. You can do it as many times as you want. See, every time it will show. You click here, it will show here. You click here, it will show here. You click here, you do it 100 times, it will show you 100 times. That means these are event driven. Understood the basics of JavaScript? Now we'll go to the next part. I want to talk about JavaScript is actually JavaScript, it follows a DOM structure. What do you mean by DOM? Document Object Model. DOM. Document Object Model means that JavaScript can access all the elements of the web page using DOM. So what is DOM? Okay, Document Object Model means what? Model means it is a structure. And this kind of structure is called a tree structure. So basically, JavaScript follows a tree structure. And what will happen? In a tree, you have root, right? So same way, HTML is the root element. Okay. Now, in this root element, you have head and the body. In head, maybe you have title. In body, you have heading 1 and paragraph. In title, you must be having some text. So this text is the child. So it's like parent and child relationship. If I talk about H1, so the child of H1 will be this, my header, whatever text you write. Here also, child of whatever paragraph. Okay. So basically, why do we say, okay, this follows this particular DOM structure or a tree structure? That you will understand when you will be using this. That means I told you that you can create an event using JavaScript. Handle also and create also. And how will you do it? Using HTML element by ID, by tag name, by class name, or by CSS selectors. Okay. If you really talk about, can you see here, get, see document. So document object model. What is the object? Dot get element by ID. How you want to talk about. So I will come to this, like how do we do this? But before that, I would like to explain you some basic things about JavaScript. So first, let me finish that and then I will come back. So DOM is clear. Document Object Model. What is a Document Object Model? Document object model is basically a tree structure where HTML is your root element and rest all are its other elements. So document is what? It is your page. Object is what? HTML elements. And what is model? The model it follows. Okay. Now, if you really talk about actually JavaScript is divided into 3 sections. Okay. If I really talk about, this is my external JS. Okay. Then we have internal JS. Okay. And we have inline JS. Internal, external, inline. Now, inline JS, we generally don't use it. It is not the preferred way. Why it is not the preferred way? Because it directly, you have to directly write it into an HTML tag. That means your editor or your browser will go mad understanding ki it is an HTML or JavaScript. He has to keep on switching. Okay, script. Okay, HTML. Okay, script. Okay, HTML. So that way it will be a headache for your browser. Okay, so this is like very, very rare. If some emergency, only one line of code has to be changed, then maybe you can prefer inline, but that's not the standard way. So please don't use it. The second way is internal. Now internal, which I did it over here. I have written script here. I can write script here also. If I want, I can make the script tag either in the head part or in the body part. Then what will be the difference? The difference will be if you add in the head portion, this is your head of HTML. So if you add script in the head portion, that means you want the browser should run the JavaScript first and then show the content. So that means if you are writing script in the head portion, then what will happen? JS will be displayed first and then the content of the page. And if you write script over here in the body, then what will happen? It will be vice versa. That means content will be displayed first. Okay, so is the difference clear now? If you are placing the script tags in the head part, JS will be displayed first. I will show you the example also, don't worry, okay? First, let me finish this. And if you place script over here, the content will be displayed first. Page, what was happening? See, the content is coming first. And when you click on submit, then this comes. Okay, I will show you examples, so don't worry. The third type of JS is the external JS. External JS means when you have to do programming, coding, and you can link your JS, your new file over here. Like for example, I make a new file. Okay, and this file name is cluster4.js. Okay, this I have saved it here. This is my JS file. I have written some code here. Now what I want to link this. This is my external JS. I want to link my JS to my HTML. So what is the way I can link it? So I can link using this command. See, you will write it like this. I will write it like this. I will say, okay, script. Now in the script, you are going to write here the source of the script. Source equal to give your file name. So suppose, see, it came on its own, cluster4.js. So now this is your external file which is linked to your HTML. This is the way you link your, now you can do simple coding over here and then try to link your JavaScript here. Okay, so this you have understood all three types of JS code. Like this is the basics of writing a JS code. Is this clear? Any doubt till here? We'll actually talk about the three boxes which are available. What is available? There are three kinds of boxes which are available. Three boxes in JS. What are those? First one, the very first one which we are talking about is known as the alert box. What do you mean by alert box? Basically, alert function is a built-in function. Okay, and it is used to show the output in the dialog box only. How do you know this? Yes, you know it very well. When you were clicking on this, can you see the output was here? Let us try to understand this, how all this happened. So let me create a new file again for you. I will write here cluster4 v1.html. Okay, and here I go. Let me go and okay. Okay, I'll go here. Open the file. Cluster4 v1. Okay, this is my file name. Let me close this. Come back to is I'm going to write a simple HTML. In this HTML, I am going to write here the head part. And in the head part, I am going to write the body. Now what I will do, I will write one heading over here. The heading name is title JS concepts. Now what I will do, I will create a script where in the head portion of the HTML. So script, then I'm going to write alert, bracket open, double quotes, and you will write you have opened the site. Okay, and I will close this. This is my alert box. Okay, which box is this? This is my alert box, and in my body, I'm going to write H1, and here I'm going to write welcome to my session. Now, what I will do next is I will try and complete this, right? So what I will do is I will now see, refresh the page. What happened? What is coming? The JS is coming first. See, there is no content over here. Okay. Now you have opened this site. This is an alert. It is showing an alert to you. Okay. When you click on OK, then the content is there on the page. right? Clear? Understood? Now we will do the same thing. We will again close this. Okay, I will copy this full script, cut it, and then I'm going to paste it. Okay, Control S. And I will go here and do the cluster for B1 again. Okay, now again I will refresh. Now see, the content is coming beforehand only. Why it is coming beforehand? Because I have placed my script in the body part. Okay, so now I will go here. You have opened and then click. So that is the basic difference which I was trying to tell you. So which is prompt box. The next box which we will be talking about is the prompt box. Prompt box means to receive any input from the user. Okay, prompt box means to receive any input from the user. Like for example, I will again go here, paste it here, and instead of alert, what will I write now? Now I am going to write prompt, and in this prompt I will write prompt. That means you have to write something here. Okay, so I'm going to write what is your name? What is your name? Control S. Now what will happen? I'm going to go here, refresh the page and see prompt. It is prompting you to write something. So now you will write here, say Lipika. Click on OK. So this is a prompt box. Okay. Now the third one. The third style of box is that is a confirmation box. Okay. Now, if I really talk about the confirmation box, nothing here, it will confirm. It will take your permission basically. Okay. So it will confirm. Okay. It will say confirm. And what it is going to confirm? It is going to confirm. Okay. Are you sure? That means like in a page, there is some virus or sometimes your cookies are there. Do you want to accept the cookies? So you will say yes or no. It's like it is asking you a permission. Okay. So that is a confirm box. So you will go here, refresh the page. And can you see, are you sure? It is asking you okay or cancel. If you are ready to take the risk, you can click on OK. If you don't want to take the risk, you can click on cancel. So I will say OK. All right. So these are the three boxes which we have learned just now. Okay. Clear? JavaScript is clear till here? Three types of boxes. Now, the next thing which I will teach you about JavaScript is basically I will teach you that how can you make or how can you create events? What is the way to create an event? Okay, so what I'll do is I will remove this. Okay, and here what I will do in the body, I'm going to write welcome to the session, which is already written. Now I will write one small paragraph. In the paragraph, I'm going to write here, click me. Okay. In this click me, what you can do is you can click here and click on script. In the script, that means you have started your JavaScript. You will again make a function. So for making the function, you will write function, the name of my function, that is my function. And in this, I'm going to write ID. Why ID? Because I said ki we can link, we can talk to our HTML and this thing using ID, function ID. Now what I will do, I will again open a curly bracket. Inside this curly bracket, what I will do is ID dot inner HTML equal to double quotes, and then I'm going to write, oops, you have clicked text. Okay, and then click on, then put semicolon. So what I did here, now again I have created a function, but this time inside the function, HTML should display, oops, you have clicked the text. But which text? Which text it should click? So for that, you have to create an event. And what is that event? The event is on click. See, it came on its own. On, here it came, on click. On click of what? My function ID, right? So I'm going to write here my function, and here I'm going to write this. Why this? Because this is a global variable for this. That means that this, like when you click on this, then this will be displayed. So let us see. Basically, we have created an event. Okay. So Control S, we will go here, refresh the page. What it is saying, click me. When you click on it, oops, you've clicked the text. Okay. So this is the first example of creating an event. That is how you create an event. Clear? Any doubt in this? Okay. This is the first example. This was our example number 1. Now what I will do, I will make sure that, okay, this one we will keep it as a statement. So how do we write statement in JavaScript? How do we do it? Okay, in JavaScript, let me write it like this. Okay, so this I have put it as a comment. Now this it will not read. Now what I will do, I will try a new code for you. So what I will do, in this I am going to create one button. And this button should ask what is the time. Okay, this button should ask this. Plus, I'm going to create one paragraph, and in the paragraph, I'm going to write say hello. So I've created one button, I've created one paragraph. Now I will write my script here. Okay, so in my script, again, what I will do, I'm going to create a function. This time the function name will be display date, like this. Now inside this, what I will do is I will write a curly bracket, display date, then put a curly bracket, and here I. Now what I want to get the, see here it came, document dot get element by what? By ID, by class name, by para name, by what? So by ID again. And in this, I am going to give some ID name. So I will say, okay, para1. So where is this ID? So I will give this ID to a paragraph. ID equal to para1. Once I have done this, I have to link it. See, this is document, but where is HTML? Object, where is HTML? So now you will connect dot inner HTML, document, object, and what is the model we need? We need date. So date is again a default function. So that's what it will do, and semicolon. Okay. So this is how you do it. Control S. So now if you observe over here, this ID is related to para1. So in place of paragraph hello, this will be displayed. But when this will happen? So for that, again, you have to create an event that is on click. And in this on click, you will write this display date, the function name, and parenthesis. Okay, Control S. Now I will go here, refresh the page. What is the time? When I click on it, it shows 30th March, 12:38 GMT, so on. Suppose you don't want this hello also should be displayed. So remove this from here. Okay, Control S. And then what is the next thing which you will do? Refresh. You click on it and it will show the time. Okay. So this was example 2 to create a function. Oh, sorry, create an event. Clear both the examples? This was example 1. This was example 1. And this one is your example 2. Clear?